A direction that we are trying to privilege through the Audiovisualities Lab is the development of sound studies, which is a new kind of emerging field in the humanities. There has been so far a strong emphasis on visual studies, yet we are constantly reminded of the omnipresence and ephemerality of sound. And Audiovisualities intends to study the connection between the visual and the oral.
One of the most exciting aspects about the lab for myself is that we are hoping to provide an environment for undergraduate students to have the opportunities to work with faculty, graduate students, particularly MFA students, as well as visiting scholars.
Throughout this year, we are going to develop a series of projects, some by graduate students. One of those projects is going to be developed by Jonah McCone, who is an MFA student. The title is I Hear You Now. Another project is going to be developed by Rebecca Geoffroy-Schwinden. She's a graduate student in music, and her project intends to create a digital archive of sonic environment in 18th century Paris.
In the fall, there are three particular courses that are of, I think, great interest to undergraduate students. First of all, I'm teaching a first-year seminar on audiovisualities, and Mary Catherine Lingold in English is teaching a class on sound of the South, and also through arts of the moving image and literature, Marcos Hagianu is teaching a course called Intro to Film Studies, actually would cover not just the basic concepts of film and visual studies, as well as going into sound, music, and the new media in the digital age.
In spring 2014, we are going to offer two undergraduate classes. One is going to be taught by John Subko, who is a composer in the music department, and his classes is called Electronic Music and Video, and it is basically going to prepare students to work in a recording studio environment. As for me, I'm going to offer also during the spring 2014 a class entitled Sound, Music and the Moving Image, in which we're going to discuss the multiple ways sound and music are used in film. The consumption of music today is radically different than what it used to be during the analog era, and it is important to make students aware of those changes and how it has actually impacted on at the economic and even political, cultural levels as well.
So in a way that some of the things that are not necessarily addressed in the design curriculum classroom setting, this will be a place to really not only learn about the theory and the thinking, but also about the making and the doing, all in a very experimental way, because our goals are not to set and coming up with any kinds of objects, but it's the process itself that is most exciting to me, and I think that would be great for undergraduate students who actually have interests that are not necessarily defined by a particular discipline or a particular method or media.